As I mentioned in a previous tutorial where we inserted a family for an elevator, you can find library parts or families outside of Autodesk products. If we go to the internet, we can go to the Autodesk sponsored site, BIM Object, and we can search for different parts using the BIM Search Objects search bar. We always have to have an account, and it's going to be ideally the same account that you use to sign up for Autodesk to get your student version of Revit, AutoCAD, and other Autodesk products. Other options are Revit City, which is where people have created library parts from scratch, usually because they don't find something that they need or it doesn't have the options that they need for their project. And as with that, you need to create an account. It's free, just like it is for the BIM object, and there you can search for different library parts. Another option is looking directly at manufacturers' websites. This relates to the materials research assignment, where you start researching materials, looking at the different areas where they fall within master format. For example, if we want to browse windows and doors, we can go to Openings, and here we can look at the different items within master format and find something that relates to what is required for the materials assignment, and then we can find a specific element, click on that, and then look at the different manufacturing options. You notice on the suites.com website that they have content types and building information modeling, CAD files, specifications, galleries, which means photos of the products, green information, and even continuing education units. We would want to look at the BIM products in order to get something that would work in Revit, and once we select that, it narrows down to the different manufacturers that have wood doors but also BIM parts that we could possibly insert into Revit. If we click on one of the options and we start looking at this page, we can start to see what different things they have, and ideally we should be able to find those things within this web page. We can download the product and then ideally open it in Revit and see if it's something that we feel is appropriate to use in our project. Keep in mind that websites like Suites are websites that are like a library. They are not specific websites for a manufacturer. So we can also go back to the manufacturer's website in order to get more specific information. So we want to go to the actual website for the manufacturer, and from there we can start to see what other building information modeling elements they might have that we could bring into Revit. In addition to suites.com, we can go to OurCat, which is another building materials website, and you can see here on their main web page that we can actually look up BIM objects based on the master format CSI section. So you can look for doors, windows, storefronts, all different types of elements, and you can start seeing which ones have the objects, and you can here even see what those objects look like. So you would need to do some exploring to see if you find something that relates to what you are trying to find, and you can also see different options where they show that they also have SketchUp files and they have DWG files which can be opened in AutoCAD. They show you the Revit family files, the most recent versions. They even have a 2021, but since we're using 2020 right now, we would want to click on that one or an older area in order to upgrade it from there. So here we have different information that we have to add in, similar to having a free site, before they will let us download these products. Here we can see the product is downloaded, just like we see if we download something from the Autodesk BIM object site, and when we open it up, it opens it up in Revit for us, and we can look at it and see if it's something that we find appropriate for our project, and if so, we can load it into our project and close the file, or we can load it into the project and leave this file open. I'm going to load it into project and close it. And as with any other family, if we don't have the particular tool open, it might not be placing it But if we have placed it, then we can zoom in and put it into the particular project. We can also, of course, look at it in 3D to see if it looks the way we want it to look. And here I can see where I put that window in my project. So that is how you use exterior manufacturing sites or exterior sources in order to bring in BIM objects that you might select as part of your materials assignment.